Morning, everybody. Say hello to my little friend. So, from one morning to the next, you never quite know. 17-incher. Nice way to start. Oh, I did catch a pickerel earlier. I came right back to where I was yesterday, right to the scene of the crime. And I thought I'd pick right up where I left off. I've already moved 3 times on this shoal, trying to find a sweet spot, and I've been throwing that Ned rig all morning, and nothing. Well, again, that pickerel. I don't know that counts, but even the panfish, the rock bass, and the sunfish, I haven't been feeling. So I'm going to keep moving my way around. I'm off the one edge of it, and so this is a little Kitech spider grub. It's a 3-incher, and I've got an 1/8 ounce Northland big eye, something that big eye on it, and I'm casting it as far away from the boat as I can. And these new JT rods, I did a segment on this yesterday, but it didn't save to my phone. So this is the new. I got 2 new rods Tuesday from JT. It's the new Maglite series, JTX. One's a 7.3, one's a 7.6. I've been throwing the Ned on yesterday and today on the 7.6, and I'm throwing I threw a swim bait on this yesterday. Did catch a nice big smallmouth and popped its cherry. Today I'm throwing this little spider grub, and I'm retrieving it. I'm not really jigging it, but it's just kind of, I want it to be like, so if this is the bottom, I want it to be just kind of doing one of these. And every once in a while you'll bump a weed stalk and you just kind of get it off there. And that walleye picked it up right there. So I'm going to keep doing that. I still got time. I got another hour. So I'll be back. All right. I switched spots quick. And I switched tactics. And I got the same result. So that is a baby Strike King baby rage craw on that little 1/4 ounce football head. I've cut that body down so it's a smaller profile. Another keeper. 16.5. I can't seem to get him to bite the net rig this morning. So I'm not going to force it. I'm still shallow. I switched spots. I'm on a rock pile. I'm sitting in 14 feet. The pile's right behind me, and it tops out at about 9, so I can reach it with my cast. And then so this is only the second cast with that little craw, and I'm just bouncing, so I'm making head contact. I'm retrieving it just fast enough that it makes head contact, tick, 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 like that on those rocks. And boy, I'll tell you, again, in the walleye world, most guys don't talk about or think about fishing shallow. And you talk to any bass fisherman on your lake, on your walleye lake, how many walleyes they catch as bycatch when they're bass fishing on all of their bass baits. It's through the roof. The Ned rig, deadly for walleyes. Anything that looks like a crayfish, just as deadly. One of the walleyes' nickname is gravel lizards. What do you think they're doing in that gravel? Why do you think they're cruising that gravel? They're looking for crayfish. They're looking hard. They're hunting them. Those fish that live shallow, they're looking all the time. I mean, a crayfish that's that big, that's a heck of a morsel. And these rock piles are just filthy with them. So I think in my humble opinion, that craw bait is the most underutilized, underappreciated walleye bait out there. And I just don't think enough people do it. I have a tremendous amount of success all year long. These, crayfish don't only come out in the summer. The dead of winter, the cold, they're still alive. They're still moving around in those rocks. You get on a rock pile, you got to think that there's crayfish living in amongst those rocks, and everybody that's there is eating them. Smallmouth, largemouth in certain spots, your panfish, but certainly your walleyes. All right, well, I still got a good 35, maybe 40 minutes, so stay tuned. We'll see what happens. Well, we got 2 minutes left in our day, folks. I'm going to last cast this jig, which I'm doing right now. And then I'll last cast the Ned rig, put them away, and get the heck out of here. It's been a fairly quiet morning. I'm on my third spot. I've got a pickerel and 2 keeper walleyes. I don't know if this unsettled weather today is what's doing it. It was raining down the North Shore early this morning. I could see it off in the distance. And as I look back to the west, it looks like it's starting to get a little dark. And they're calling for some thunderstorms here throughout the day, on and off. So we'll see. Like I say, I every day that one person doesn't get them, another person does. Somewhere on this lake, they're biting. It just wasn't where I was this morning. Couple here, couple there. Like I say, even this morning though, like I just said, even the rock bass weren't messing around. But it's been glassy all morning. You can see behind me. It's been glassy all morning, and I'll tell you something that's really cool to see. We had another, decent, not a mega hatch by any means, but we had another hatch of mayflies last night, and along with the casings this morning on the water, you're seeing a lot of the spent adult bugs. And I mean those mayflies are that big. And every place I've been this morning, you can see those carp in here hoovering the surface. And they tilt their body like this, and you can see, and I've had them 3 feet away from the boat, and you can see their eyeballs looking, and they're picking out individual bugs in the thousands and thousands on the surface, and they come up and they bloop, bloop, half their bodies out of the water. Half their bodies out of the water, and they are just gorging themselves. It's no wonder they get so big. It's a smorgasbord out here of bugs. Some evening into the night, I want to come out here and see it. Whenever I think of, I'll tell you a real quick story. Whenever I think of mayfly hatches, and I remember the first time I'd ever really seen one, very close friend of mine, my brother from another mother, Captain Mo Neal, when he was back here in New York, he guided on the Salmon River with me, and then in the summertime he went down and guided on the West Branch of the Delaware for West Branch Angler down in Hancock Deposit area. And he had a he had a day and a half where he wasn't booked. So he called me and he said, "Hey, come on down, stay with me, and we'll go fish the evening hatch, and then the next morning." Love it, you know. I can fly fish. I'm by no means a great fly fisherman. I don't do it very much anymore. You know, again, I can cast, but I suppose if I did it and got a little practice going, I'd probably be better. But anyway, I went down. Now, this is years ago. This is probably, I'll bet you this is all of 20 years ago. So I get down there and we get all rigged up. We're in his drift boat and we're going to fish. It's evening. The bugs hadn't really started yet. And we get to our spot and now we're going to fish in the dark. And he's like, you're casting towards sound because you'll hear those trout out there in the feeding lanes. And you've got to try to do it, you know, by using the force. No headlamps, no light, no nothing. So I'm like, all right. And, you know, the bugs started coming out. It gets dark. The bugs start coming off. You can hear the trout out there. And I guess I don't realize when he says the bugs are coming off. Like, something happened. I got a wind nod or whatever, or he was going to change flies. So he turns his headlamp on. And it's just like you could have taken your hand like this and had a scoopful of bugs in your hand. And these were all green drakes, I believe, mayflies. And I looked down like this at my sweatshirt or my t-shirt, and it was just, I was covered. It was almost a little unnerving, I'll be honest with you. Oh, okay, I'm gonna show you guys. I'm gonna show you guys what I was talking about. Where'd they go? All right. You can, see him feeding right there? Oh, he must have got too close to the trolling motor and he got spooked. But as I look upwind of me, they're everywhere up there. They're just cruising around. I mean, it's just carp as far as the eye can see. I mean, everywhere I look, you can see them on the surface out there. I thought we were gonna have one super close right here. So yeah, every time I think about mayflies, I think about that day. That night. It's crazy. I've never seen that many bugs. I saw something so, all right, time to get out of here. That's enough talking. Remember, everybody, a couple things. Two things really super quick. Today's going to be the day I break 5,000. We're at 4,998 subscribers and going strong. So I'm super excited. I'll have some things to announce. I've got a special. I've got a contest. So we'll get to that this evening when I get out of work. 2, Captain Tony Buffa. His memorial services are this coming Monday. From 4 to 7 are calling hours at Piro Funeral Home over off of Buckley Road in Liverpool, followed by a mass the next day, and then going to the cemetery. His son Ted has asked me and asked all of us if you have any pictures of the captain that you want to share and they can put up on the TV during the calling hours. You can get a hold of me and I'll forward them on, or Get a hold of Dave Wilson or Scott Tagata or Don Birdie or whoever that we're close to him, and we can get that taken care of. So, all right. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. Stay safe if you're going to be out here this afternoon when the storms roll in. Let's see. I got some coming right at me. Some of these carp. I really wanted to show you guys up close what it looked like. They're so cool to watch. For a fish the size they are, they're really extremely delicate. I mean, they just come up and they tilt all the way back because their mouth is somewhat underneath their head. So they're going through the water like this and just sipping them, these bugs off the surface. We'll try one last time. Yeah, every time they get close, they take off. All right, I'm taking off too. Keep your tip up. Thank you.